I heard about Alert by my mom.
I was at a homeschool convention in, I think Dallas, I think.
Heard about it from a friend. He went and we didn't really think much about it, but when he came back, he was a totally different person. Of course, he had no hair, and my dad talked to him about it, and he saw that it would be a great opportunity for his sons, I guess, to do it. So he signed us up without telling us and told us one night that we're going. So we didn't really have an option.
I felt like I didn't have like a purpose, or I was like kind of like aimless. I didn't know what I was going to do, where I was going. And I knew Alert would like improve in all aspects, but I wasn't sure how and all that, except for I knew it was going to be hard, right?
Alert would be like a really fun place. It was like you would have like Bible studies, you go to camp out, you can rappel off a tower, and it's like a blast, and you have a lot of fun. And yeah, it was a little different than that, but I have found out the hard way.
Oh boy, it was definitely like a culture shock. It was really tough for me, especially like the first 2 weeks on voice lockdown, because I'm a very talkative person.
This is who you actually are. They show you a good picture of like who you actually are.
Basic kind of like it just strips away everything that makes you you and forces you to trust in God.
First phase, yeah, you really seem like you're being beat down on, but they do a good job of not making you feel bad. It's like they say, you know, you're not a bad person. This is our standard. You didn't meet it. This is what you signed up for.
Something basic training showed me was how bad my knowledge was in the Bible, and gave me a punch in the gut of my knowledge in Christianity as a whole and myself.
I noticed it throughout, but it really hit me hard close to the end. Was that I had a big issue with pride. And it was not the type of pride that's kind of out there, just the obnoxious, loud type of pride. It was more the pride of more my thoughts. Like when I saw a squad mate mess up or whatever, just having those thoughts of, I could have done that better. Why'd you have to mess it up like that? Now we're all suffering because of you.
I came into basic training looking for something. Like I was looking for bigger muscles. I was looking for a stronger physique. I was looking for cool skills. I was looking for confidence. And basic training is like, no, you're not. That's not the focus here. And it slapped me in the face. It showed me how bad I was. And then it turned my head to God and said, this is what life is about. It's not about you. All the motives you came to basic training for is selfish. It's not about you. It's about God.
A fond memory I have at Alert is we stopped for lunch on the 24, and I was just looking around at the guys around me, and I had never seen or at least I had noticed the, I guess, camaraderie as it's put so much, the brotherhood, and I looked around and I saw how much the suffering tied us together.
So then I had an actual good reason why I wanted to go to second phase and then maybe continue to a third phase.
The reason why I came back with my unit was because I loved my guys from my unit.
I still had areas to grow in second phase, but I began seeing a little bit of change, which was encouraging.
Second phase, it's a lot of building upon the foundation that basic sets.
Second phase was where I learned a lot more discipline. I got to do a lot of things for myself, set my own schedule, wake myself at the right times, and grew spiritually in different aspects other than basic, such as just learning more about God's love and certain aspects of Him.
You do second and third, and it just builds upon each other and really helps you just think and decide, like, okay, what do I do? Who is the man that God wants me to be? And how can I portray that better? And so, first gives you that opportunity. Second, helps you build that, all that structure, all that discipline. And then third phase helps you apply it a lot more.
I chose dive because I wanted to increase my confidence. I heard that dive is one of the best third phases to increase confidence, and take that further into life in all aspects of life, not only my diving career that I hope to pursue, but also just everyday life.
The third phase option I chose was construction because I thought it might be practical to have those skills. I know very little about, or I knew very little about construction before I came and went through the program. So yeah, just for good basis of skills.
Third phase, doing dive, definitely gave me a lot of confidence in myself and in the water. Just, I mean, when you go down there, you have to rely on your buddy and your skills you were taught. Diving the Oriskany was amazing.
I chose tentacle rescue mainly because, I wouldn't say mainly, but I was terrified of heights, and I was like, I kind of want to get over this fear. So I chose it, and also I really just enjoyed just the difference it has, because you don't see something like that a lot. Since when do you get to hang off of a 100-foot cliff and be able to just hang off of a single rope? Like, it's very freeing, it's a lot of fun, but also the opportunity is there, and you get to learn how to actually save someone's life if it comes down to it.
The first dive that we went to in Florida for our final URA just dive trip, and it was just going to this springs, and it was just super clear, and I was just laughing because this whole time since then we were in like 5 feet visibility water, and then we just had like 100 feet of visibility, and it's just crazy. And I was just laughing about how amazing God's creation is when you actually can see it.
Getting to go to Colombia and Panama was really great, just the way that fell into line. It was for a week, and really get to see hands-on just what's going on there. And it was just kind of a punch in the gut to how the world really is, things that go on. But we also did see God just working and providing and taking care of the people that are seeking Him.
Over the Alert career as a whole showed me a lot, but especially missions. It showed me how much bigger God was than I thought He was, with everything.
The first person that had the biggest impact was my DI. I was terrified of him the first 2 weeks of basic, but then when he started giving Bible studies, I just saw something. I saw that he loved God. I saw that he just had a love for God that I knew I didn't have, and I wanted it. I wanted to be like him in that aspect.
My unit leader has had the biggest impact on my life because he's taught me that whatever job you go into, whether it be secular or ministry, you can always glorify God and worship Him throughout it all.
I would have to say my lieutenant. He's portrayed a lot of just Christ-like love and patience to us, and I think that just like patience and love has had a big impact on me, because that's what I see Christ as in His word. Like, He's a loving and kind God who's been very, very, very patient with all of us. And him showing that to us in the field has been a big impact. By doing that, has pointed me back to the Lord and seeing how I can be like God more.
One of my goals is to try to get people to realize what the mission field consists of, even if it's just them realizing it and wanting to give more or be active in their local church more, or hopefully even if it's like young guys and abled bodies to go out to maybe the 1040 window to where their gospel isn't being spread and there isn't a chance of people hearing about it. So perspective, just just being thankful for the opportunities and the chance to actually build like a stronger foundation when the storms aren't raging, and so that way when they do rage, I'll be able to be the example for those around me.
My spiritual life has changed in the sense that I always sort of knew doctrine, but I never knew why I believed it, I guess. And being here has really helped me think about what I believe and why I believe it, and that's affected my life with putting it into practice and everything.
One key takeaway that I've learned at Alert is always pursue God and stay in the Word daily. If you don't stay in the Word, then you most likely won't be seeing any growth. And then of course, discipleship and fellowship are really key.
I would say the biggest lesson I learned was just the love God has for us, like even when we don't do everything right or we fail, God still loves us, and He loves us to the point of He gives us the strength to get back up. It's not a passive love of Him, just, I love you. He actually loves us in the way that He is active in His love towards us. He cares for us continually.
I mean, it sounds a bit cliche, but my faith was not my own. It was definitely my parents. Just my relationship with the Lord. It wasn't really mine. I was almost non-existent, and that was unbeknownst to me. I didn't know that at the time, but through basic training in 2nd and 3rd, I've realized how much selfishness I had in my heart and how much I really needed the Lord in my life, and how would I say it? My story was about me, not about God, and I needed to change that. So it changed from basically not knowing my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ and God the Father, to continually chasing after Him.